Howdy folks, Craig Levati here with the Houston Museum of Natural Science and the Beyond Bones podcast. Today we're talking to Scott and Kelsey from the HMNS summer camp program. I pitched an idea for a summer camp class about tattooing because I wanted to get some free tattoos from some 9-year-olds, but they shot me down. Howdy folks, Craig Levati here with the Houston Museum of Natural Science. This is, of course, the HMNS Beyond Bones podcast, now available on almost every single podcast app you can imagine. Even that one. And that one. Probably not that one. You probably need to search for it. Kat, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing? I'm real excited because Kelsey and Scott are here, and those are my cohorts, my direct cohorts.
Yes.
Right.
Today is going to be very special. They're all special episodes. I realized listening back that every episode is special to me, and I think that's true. I need to stop using that word. Every episode is amazing and also special. They're all special in my eyes.
They're all like your children.
Today, we are talking to Scott and Kelsey about HMNS summer camps available at our Sugar Land campus and the Herman Park campus. Scott, Kelsey, how are we doing?
Doing great, Craig. How are you doing?
Good. You sound like you are you look like you're at SpaceX ready for a launch. And your audio sounds like that too. Like you're like one of those, like the boosters have gone. The boosters are
So then you should have said, Scott, how are you doing? Over.
That's right.
And
doing well,
and
over.
Me and Kelsey are matching today. She's wearing her Astros sweater, it looks like.
It's bold. It's fun. I figured
Are they playing baseball again? Is sports ball back? Are we doing more sports? What's happening? Okay.
They're in a lockout.
Yes, they're in a lockout.
You guys and your sports ball disappointment.
Legally, we're not allowed to talk about the Houston sports team, apparently, because we're in a lockout. There we go. The other day, a kid asked me if I was Jose Altuve at the museum.
Compliment.
Yeah.
Well, he's short, though. I'm not that short. So I'll take it. So, yes, summer camps are they're a tradition here in the Houston area. Kat can tell you that. Yep. We have plenty of HMNS summer camp alumni even on staff as adults at the museum.
Kelsey was my camper.
There you go.
That's right.
They are it's a really great way to keep your kids busy and even more importantly, keep their brains active during the summer when they could just be, melting into a tablet. But instead, we drag them out of bed. Well, the parents do. You guys do. Not you guys, but the parents drag them out of bed, get them outside of the house, and get them with other kids to learn and grow and be a part of the museum for a few weeks there. Any new classes this summer that our kids can look forward to?
Well, we have our usual returning favorites. We do have one new class. It's called Trainer Camp, and kids are going to explore imaginary creatures and their real life counterparts and what makes them special. They're gonna have a lot of fun in that. We do have that available for all of our age groups, 6 to 7, 8 to 9, and 10 through 12. But we're all about our returning favorites. We have lots of good stuff coming back.
We have over 60 topics.
Yes,
I counted them.
Okay, there you go. So lots of fun stuff. You can explore the science of magic and chemistry. You can explore robotics. You can explore chemistry, physics, space.
Crime scenes. You can
have crime scenes.
Dinosaurs.
Multiple topics, something for everybody. Social studies included, ages 6 to 12.
I love the fact that we have crime scene classes.
Yes.
They're my favorite. We dig up in the advanced crime scene class, which, as you might guess, I'm responsible for.
Yes.
They actually do a excavation of a covert grave. It's our favorite part. It's not a real skeleton.
I love the fact that we do that.
And we also put notifications on there in case you have like a more sensitive soul in your
This may not be the class for you.
Yes, but we've got other ones like I think that's perfect. If I was going to suggest one for 10 to 12-year-old, there's a culinary hero class where they learn like proper knife skills, not using full knives all the time, but they learn safety measures, and then they get to make and create different recipes like pizza. They do a cupcake day
and compete.
Yeah.
But these aren't typical pizzas, are there? Maybe unusual ingredients involved?
Oh yeah.
Some of them take an acquired taste. Maybe my palate isn't quite sophisticated enough.
I started learning to disappear when it was time to pick judges. I've eaten some things, but they were all fun.
They end up using bugs, don't they?
Not always. Actually, that one hasn't been as bad. I think we had like some weird cheeses before.
There's just some weird combinations.
I can get down with weird cheese. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like I had something wrapped in wonton or egg roll wrappers. They were sort of sticky, but the kids love it, and they're creating, and that's what it's all about, right? Yeah. It doesn't, it doesn't.
Think it's hilarious too.
They do. They think it's funny.
And we do have a food connection at the museum, and I can finally talk about it when you brought up the food class. Yes, guys, Top Chef did film an episode at the Houston Museum of Natural Science last October. Cool. That's why I lived there for 2 days, and I was so bedraggled for 2 days because I had an entire TV crew there running around. They rented out the entire paleo hall and some y'all's classrooms downstairs.
Was it a bug cooking episode?
Remember when I was like, hey guys, you guys are going to hate me, but the paleo hall is going to be closed all day Friday.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And we've probably already seen the trailer. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, that got me really excited about the food classes. Yeah. Back to the crime scene classes. It makes sense because I'm sure a lot of kids have grown up watching Law and Order SVU, all the crime shows. Maybe, on the way to school in the morning, mom, fires up the true crime podcast. And so kids are like into blood spatter.
Yeah, they know it all.
Into what's it called? What's another like
forensic anthropology?
Yeah, so there's kids that are just like,
they know Bones. They've been watching Bones reruns.
So it makes perfect sense. So we have a whole little generation that the museum is fostering of crime scene investigators.
Yeah, what's really cool in that camp is our cool high school volunteers or eco teens will come up with these elaborate scenarios and stories that the kids sort of have to figure out, like, who killed this person? What happened here? And it's really cute. They have a lot of fun with it.
But, that's the thing about that is these classes, and especially the crime scene, and not to, it teaches you critical thinking to where you can see a scene, even if it's like spilled milk at the house, and you can kind of like wrap your head around it and go, okay, that's what happened. It dropped here, went that way. That makes perfect sense.
I think the cool thing, and Kelsey and Scott will probably back me up on this, what's really great about our summer camps is that they're so hands-on in nature. They're so active in learning that I don't even like to call it learning. The kids are learning, but they're discovering and exploring, and they don't even realize that they've got all this knowledge and information that's actually going to help them academically in the future, but they had fun. Yeah. So it's not school. And they've just retained and absorbed all this stuff because that's what kids do in an environment where they felt like they, had a great time.
Well, and absolutely. Our magic classes are really good examples of that because you think about a magic class and you're like, there's no connection to education, but really those tricks are often done with science experiments or chemical reaction, chemistry, or it's just math. Most card tricks are just math. You're just learning how to do algorithms in a very basic way. And that's what's causing you to have the same card appear every time as if by magic. Now, if anybody who's a magician hears this, I would spoil the secrets, but
we tell them all the secrets, and everything is science. That's kind of our mantra here. I mean, you could name me just any random thing and I could tell you what about it that I can explore science with a kid. So really anything. Name something. Do it.
I just had a really awesome idea of a kids tattoo camp class, and they get to tattoo each other, and
that's easy.
Pass on that, guy.
We used to do henna tattoos in the bedazzled class, but I think maybe we don't do that anymore.
Kids piercings. Why not?
No. You could make the connection with tattoos that they're anthropological, right?
There you go.
And the science of inks. What kind of inks? What kind of pigments work the best?
Piercings is all about metals and alloys, right? We got this.
Anatomy.
Yeah, I'm getting some work done. Oh, cool. You have a tattoo appointment today? Yeah, it's at the Houston Museum of Natural Science. Awesome, cool. They have, is it a tattoo? No, there's a 9-year-old there that's really good at drawing. and I'm just thinking about getting some filler on my arms. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's sort of like they have you can get a cheap haircut at a barber college.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Parents, we are not having a tattoo camp. Or a piercing camp. I would just like to make that clear. As Scott is the director and as the former director, I'm like, no. The phone calls begin.
What are the most popular classes? What are the classes that fill up first?
Our junior paleontology class. So, we're the Houston Museum of Natural Science. We're one of the largest paleontology halls in the world. Kids come to us for dinosaurs. We are the dinosaur experts. Our 6 to 7 year old junior paleontology class is definitely one of our most popular. This year, Minecraft coding adventure camp is very popular. But all of the 6 to 7 year old camps are very popular. Kids at that age are really excited about the different subjects. We have now in that age group, what's cool about it is, a lot of times, a 6-year-old hasn't been to the museum a lot. So they are witnessing the paleontology hall and our exhibit halls for the first time. And that's what's so cool about our camp in general is, you're doing hands-on activities, experiments in a classroom, and then we're reinforcing everything that you learn with our wonderful exhibit halls.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the added value that other camps don't have. And in my opinion, that's what makes us special. It's what makes us great. And, you combine what they're seeing, what they're doing with what they're creating and bringing home. And it's very exciting.
And they come in like a blank slate.
Sometimes.
Tabula rasa.
Yeah.
A lot of times, though, kids, have a favorite subject, and we do encourage them. If you do have a favorite subject at home, you want to explore it more, pick a camp that's themed with that subject, and you'll explore it in greater detail. You're going to get more out of it that way because you're going to be really engaged.
Now, Kelsey, you were a former camper.
Yeah.
What era would that have been?
It'd probably be like mid 90s, I would say. I was a kid who took the same camp 2 years in a row because I was like, I remember what we did here. I loved that we went to the Butterfly Center and then made sure on the day that we went to the Butterfly Center that I was wearing like flowers, as much color as possible, all the tricks you could pull out. To try to get butterflies to land on me that never really worked for me, but I was that child in camp.
My kid took the same camp every year because she could do it in 8, 9, and 10, 12. So she did it 4 years in a row.
That's crazy.
And because these kids get attached to some of our instructors as well, because we have really high quality teachers. And so she didn't care to do the same camp. She wanted that instructor that she knew was going to teach that camp. So we have a lot of that too, which is awesome.
Yeah. My sister came to camp as well. So I was in charge of driving her there. And she was one of the ones who was like put into a class that she knew nothing about. We have a Star Warriors camp where they look at space and magical or imaginary creatures and things like that. And she had no connection to it at all. And she left being like, that's really cool. I'm into that subject now.
And there are just so many kids that are like in their late 20s now are like, I did that camp. I'm like, oh my God, I'm old. But
I just bought a house.
I have a kid. What? Stop it.
Yeah, my son took Lego robotics over and over again. So kids get really excited. Now, I'm not encouraging someone to sign up for the same camp over and over again. Please, we have lots and lots of subjects. Explore different things. Sign up for different camps.
Absolutely.
What's the for folks out there that aren't accustomed to the camps? What's the difference between Sugarland and Herman Park? Is there different offerings at each location? Well,
it's a smaller selection of camps in Sugarland. There's 6 classrooms there. We have over 30 classrooms at our main location. So the size of the program is different. The museum itself is smaller. It's a more intimate setting. Now the exhibits are great, fantastic, just like at the main museum, but there's, it's a smaller version. It's mini me camp a little bit. They're going to be doing the same curriculum. They're doing the same wonderful activities, still supporting everything they do in the classroom with the exhibit halls we have there in Sugarland, but it's smaller, maybe a little easier to park and come in, less crowded area of town, things like that. Those are the differences, but the program is, it's the same stuff we're teaching out there.
Same quality.
Absolutely.
Same staff running things and being in charge and making sure things go right.
Right, our teachers will be moving back and forth between the 2 locations. Sorry, Kelsey.
No, you're fine. I was going to say we choose classes that have some connection out there at the museum as well. So they are still able to explore the Sugarland location and exhibits. And we encourage them to go outside of their classroom every day and experience the exhibit halls out there as well. So
we were talking about this before or earlier, and it's like we can make things work and work well. Like, for instance, we have the camps. We've had camps that have dragons in them, right? And oh my gosh, my mind just went like completely blank. Anyway, we use the dinosaurs to talk about dragons, right? In the books the kids are reading.
Like Science of the Round Table and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. So, there's always a connection to be made.
Are there any classes over the years, and I know you guys are all old timers there, and I've just only been at the museum for 4 years now, but are there any classes that went out of favor over the years, like things that now, like if you look back 20, 25 years, you're like, I can't believe we had a class about that?
I think some of this stuff has to be updated because of new findings. So like a lot of our classes have been changed over times because they've found out about, the fact that Pluto wasn't a planet. That has to change, right? And things like that.
I have an example. We had a Russian Kremlin gold camp, which...
See, that's so odd. That's what I'm talking about. Like something strange like that. They were like, who's the kid for that?
There weren't really many. It turns out... Kelsey probably was... No, Allison was definitely in Kremlin gold camp, I think. We have lots of staff members that were campers, like we said. Yeah. Kremlin gold was a tough sell.
What would Kremlin gold entail?
They learned about, the history of Russia, like kind of like sort of what kind of food did they eat, chemistry when it came to gold. It was actually quite a good class. It just really is a tough sell with that name.
And those kids are all now like double agents in the government somewhere probably now.
Sure.
Or just really like gold. Who knows?
It's gonna.
But we learned to incorporate those kind of things in exhibits in a way that's more appealing for kids, because once they get there, they're excited and they love it. But you got to have the right name. Wouldn't you guys agree with me, Scott?
I would, yes.
Kelsey.
I guess the name needs to stand out to the kids just as much as the parents.
Yeah.
That's true.
You're not going to sign up a kid for something if you're not actually excited about it too.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think our catalog does a lot of that. Like I remember as a camper getting my catalog and like going through and circling what I wanted to try. And then my mom had to be like, you can't go to all of these. And you have to coordinate with your brothers. So they have to be like on the same week. Mm-hmm. But I think a lot of campers do that where they go and like look at the book and they're motivated to choose what they're interested in. And the parent like tries to make it work with their schedule because there's so many things to juggle for them. So it's a fun thing for them to have that like autonomy to look through and find something that's exciting to them too.
This one's going to get you excited, Craig. We had Astroworld Camp. We had theme park physics.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah.
And I got my job here as being a part-time chaperone, taking campers to Astroworld on Fridays with the teachers.
Oh, God bless you.
I was talking about that camp because that was the camp that rained on the Friday I was supposed to go, so we couldn't go.
Oh, no.
Oh, I remember the rain Fridays with that camp, and there was some really disappointed people. They were very sad. We gave you the little ticket to take home.
Yeah.
See, if there's a reason for Houston to have a theme park again, it's for summer camps.
Absolutely.
And I bet I can imagine that taught about physics and about, oh, wow.
We built a Connects roller coaster, which was really cool. But when I first taught the camp myself, I was like, how are we going to do this? But we did, and it was great. We had a little work gang going on, and we built that roller coaster over the week. And then on Friday went to Astroworld. So it was kind of cool.
Hey, Craig, real quick, can I show our catalog to everybody?
Yes. I was looking for my own copy here somewhere, but I guess
we mentioned the catalog. Yes. And so this arrived in all of our members' mailboxes in late January. So this has all of our course descriptions, our prices, how to register, everything about summer camp and summer scouts is in this catalog. So it's a great resource. We have physical copies at the museum, and it is also online as a digital version. Yeah,
we have stacks and stacks of the museum. So just ask somebody, and you will get one in your hands if you can visit.
Right. We have a new medical form thing that I think you wanted to tell our parents about.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about this. So of course, state requirement. We require a health record form to on file for all of our campers. And in the past, that has been a paper form. So we're really excited now to roll out a new service. We just signed our contract with a company called Camp Doc. And what they do is they provide online health form management for parents and campers. And so all of our paid patrons this year are going to receive a link to fill out an online health profile for their camper. They'll be able to upload their immunization records directly to the website. And so all of that will be hopefully easier and more simple for parents to do. No printing out a form, no writing things down, no trying to remember the last time an immunization happened. So I hopefully that will really improve patrons' experience with filling out
with
that
form
health
filling.
information. Yeah, and it's going to help us too on the back end. We'll be able to sort of run reports and manage the medicine check-in and who's doing what at any given time. It's really going to help us out.
In terms of health, and safety, what are some of our guidelines for summer camps?
At this point, we're still going to require masking. So for all of our campers, we're really excited that immunizations are available for the camper age group. Our camps are for ages 6 to 12. And so we're super excited that those immunizations are now available, specifically COVID. So we're excited about that. But we still, as easily as this is spread and what we're seeing now with public schools, we're still going to require those masks. We believe that really helps, still under CDC guidelines with the masking. Beyond that, we're going to, just going to, be careful with it. We're going to keep kids as distant as we can, 3 feet in the classroom, best we can. We're going to visit our exhibit halls when they're less crowded, less busy. We're going to encourage morning visits. So things like that. We used to combine our classrooms for things like lunch and stuff. We're not going to do that. We'll keep the kids in their assigned classroom for lunch to sort of pod them. But those are the measures we're taking. Hopefully we were able to do camp last summer pretty successfully. So excited to do it. Excited to do it again this summer and keep everybody safe.
And there's also virtual camp too. You can do online if you're the lucky kind of family that's on the go during the summer. You can log in and you can also do your summer camp.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that, Craig. That's a great option for folks. We do have our in-person camps, but virtual options are still available for both our camps and our summer scout classes. And those would be like an hour a day. So you're on a Zoom call with a camp teacher, and you're on there for an hour a day doing fun activities, experiments on a given subject. And we have that option too for all of our age groups.
And Craig, you mentioned on the go, we have shipped, so we usually send out supply boxes specifically for our camps that have basically the materials, with the exception of like water and stuff like that you can have at home. So we send a materials kit out, and there have been some families who have, asked for it at the very beginning of the summer so that they can just take it with them on their travels, wherever they're road tripping or wherever they're going to. It's definitely easier for us to get it to you at one location at the beginning of the summer. So if you are planning to do it that way, contact us early and we can make sure we have all those supplies ready for you, but we can also mail to most places in the continental United States as well.
And we've had some people from out of town.
Yeah. How far have you mailed those boxes?
Pretty far. We've definitely gone to the East Coast. I want to say towards like Massachusetts area.
Connecticut.
Mexico, we did successfully do, but that required a little bit of finagling because of international postage and stuff like that. So I would recommend, if you were going to go out of the country, getting your box before you go out of the country would be a little bit more reliable. We've mailed to places like Colorado and stuff like that as well.
Far-flung places like Colorado.
So it feels far.
But it's a great option too, like going to visit grandma and grandpa for a week or 2 weeks and just having something for, them to do during the day to keep them occupied while maybe you get some, tours done or whatever. So it is a good option.
I know the virtual thing comes in handy for some, and there's some, parents that aren't ready yet to have the kids by themselves somewhere. This gives you, sort of, you can meet them halfway, and it's those classes are, I'm sure, even if you're on vacation, you still want to keep that brain activity at a certain threshold. And another thing too, I've heard from talking to you guys about camps as well, is that there's no pressure. I think there's a lot of times where kids, they see a class as stressful, or there's like a grade at the end or something like that. But this is for fun. This is not meant to keep your kids stressed out. And believe it or not,
Right.
kids are very stressed out these days. I can only imagine why. And they need something like this. They can learn that, classrooms can be fun.
Exactly.
It doesn't need you're not
Yes.
worried about a test. It's a little bit more free form.
Learning is exciting.
Yeah.
It's a positive experience that sometimes can translate back into the classroom, which I think is great. Right. So
And who knows, you may end up working at the Science Museum where you took your summer camp
you
classes.
probably will. I mean, look at our
It worked
staff.
for me.
Look at our staff. I'm watching another one run around that took classes here for 16 years. He's up there.
Very cool. Well,
Yeah.
guys, sign up your little ones for summer camp classes. Why don't we have adult summer camps?
Good question.
Adults are too naughty. I'm not interested in that program.
Maybe you should teach the whole week of like criminal investigation,
We
like-
have criminal investigation
or
classes for adults.
That's
social
fair.
media criminal investigation, like teaching people how to stalk,
No
exes on
doxing.
social media.
No.
Yes.
But you should come to the CSI series,
I
Craig.
think
You
we're
are
looking
invited.
I'm
to the
pretty
adult
sure there's
series.
kids there that know way more about blood and brains and skulls that I could even imagine. I'd probably be mortified.
100%.
Guys, sign up your little ones for summer camp classes. Kelsey and Scott, thank you very much for jumping on this with us. And I know you guys
You
are getting
bet.
things ready for the coming summer months. And get excited. Get your little ones excited about summer camp too. It's at HMNS. What could be more fun than that?
Yeah, parents, please, just if you have any questions about summer camp, reach out to us. Email us at summercamp@hmns.org, and we'll be happy to help you.
All right.
Awesome.
You're gonna be talking to Scott and Kelsey. They're the ones that can help you out. Go forth.
And we'll drop that in the comments or the
Yes.
underneath whatever Johnny does.
Yeah, yes.
All right.
All right,
Guys,
guys.
thank you very much.
Thank
Let's all
you.
get back to work.
That's right.